That Akira Toriyama there. He sure loves his Hollywood classics. Hey guys, MasakoX here. Today's video is going to be all about the little nods to Western media that Dragon Ball has to offer. But before we do so, I'd like to remind you all of the 100,000 subscribers celebration giveaway that I and Trending Niche are providing to you. Since we smashed the 2,000 like target in my last video, they have replenished their Dragon Ball stock, and there is a fresh supply coming in according to my store contact. Remember, these balls are usually $12.99 plus shipping, but for now, that $12.99 is gone. While you're there, use the promo code MASAKO at checkout and get 15% off your total order for any other stuff you choose to purchase. Check the link in the description for more details. How about we go for 4,000 likes this time? Bit bold, I know, but I believe in you, Goku. I believe in you a lot. If we hit 4,000 likes, we'll be able to replenish the Dragon Ball supply. Also, please note that these balls are coming straight from the manufacturer, so shipping times may vary from the order estimation that you have. Anyway, let's get stuck into something I found fascinating since I started analysing Dragon Ball properly so many years ago. References to Hollywood. It's no secret that Akira Toriyama is a true devotee to Western science fiction and pop culture. It's littered throughout his series. This combination of East Asian culture and tradition as well as Western media is probably the reason why Dragon Ball is so accessible to pretty much anyone. There's something for everybody. Western audiences had things that they could identify with, such as futuristic cities like West City, Capsule Corp, all these inventions, technology, all that boom of sci-fi in the 80s, that's all there. And Eastern audiences could get lost in all the nuances and references to their literature, their history, their legacy, as well as their philosophy. Actually, now that I put those two together, it kind of makes our contribution sound so much more superficial. Whatever, Toriyama loves it, so that's okay. Now let me tell you all about the reference that blew my mind when I first found out about it. The references to the Terminator. Now take yourself back to the time when we first saw Trunks. He is a time traveler who has come from the future to try and save the present from destruction from an evil force of killer robots. Now already this sounds kind of familiar to the Arnold Schwarzenegger classic, but it's too early to say that. There's a lot of evil robots, there's a lot of destruction in dystopia. It could be anything. It's not quite time yet to use your Arnie impression. Or should you use it? Now let's jump back even further to the Red Ribbon saga of Dragon Ball, and let me introduce you to one of Goku's more tougher opponents. Enter Sergeant Metallic. Do I really need to go further with this? Really?
I mean, it's kinda pretty obvious.
Yes, that's the T-800. From the stoic expression, the glasses, the relentless pursuit of Goku, even when he doesn't have a head or some of his limbs, and even the red glowing eyes reminiscent of the poster. It's just all there. Now here's a little tidbit concerning Sergeant Metallic, or Major Metallitron, depends on what you watch. In the manga, his name is Full Metal Jacket. Now that's not the nod to the 1987 Stanley Kubrick film, it's the nod to the bullet. The bullet in question is a soft metallic core which is covered in a hard metal shell, much like a robot. Nice move, Toriyama. Okay, back to the future with the history of Trunks and further nods to the James Cameron classic. Future Gohan and Trunks are fighting for the future as well as humanity in a move which is very similar to John Connor's Resistance. Now that I think about it, Team Trunks looks a lot like a young John Connor in T2 Judgment Day. Do you see that? The reference is capped off with this nugget. May the 12th. Does that date sound familiar to you? That is the date when the artificial humans first appeared in Dragon Ball. What date was the T-800 sent to in order to kill Sarah Connor? May the 12th, 1984. Boom. Yeah, not gonna lie, that kind of floored me when I found that out. But that does raise a question. Does that make Goku Sarah Connor now? That's probably one of the more significant references to Western media in Dragon Ball. But here, I'm gonna toss you out a couple of other ones. There's Android 8. That's very reminiscent to Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, because, you know, the head, little stitching around there. The Tao of Dragon Ball pointed this one out to me. Toriyama's love affair with Star Wars. In fact, this was so great, he even wrote a well-wishing memento towards The Phantom Menace when that first came out in 1999. In fact, when it was published in Weekly Shonen Jump, that came out a day before the movie came out. I didn't think it was possible, but he managed to make young Anakin not look so bratty. Fortunately, Derek Padula and the Tao of Dragon Ball are able to translate what this message says, and it reads thusly. Phew! It feels like forever, but finally, Star Wars is back! To say nothing of the story, the atmosphere of the world and the designs are wonderful. I am one of those who have been bitten by the bug, and I am bursting with excitement. It's been a long wait for the 4th movie. I'm really excited. Oh, Toriyama, you had no idea what was to come after that. But he does continue, and what he says really pleases me. Personally, I don't have much interest in the people in this series, so Darth Vader appearing as a child doesn't do much for me. I'm only looking forward to Ewan McGregor. But watching the trailer, the mecha, robots, aliens and such all have really great designs. The special effects also look considerably impressive. It's going to be really fantastic. I can't wait. This makes all the sense. Toriyama is a sucker for engineering and mechanics. It's so easy to see in Dragon Ball. The vehicles, the inventions, the robots, the spaceships, they're all so detailed and intricate. They're the most detailed things in Dragon Ball. Padula reveals even more references to Star Wars. It's clear that Toriyama really liked this franchise. The evidence includes Bulma having an R2-D2 unit powering up what looks like a nod to Luke Skywalker's X-34 land speeder. In fact, most of the floating cars actually nod land speeders. Cloud City, Corrin's Tower, the icing on the cake, Han Solo frozen in carbonite, Trunks frozen in metal in Dragon Ball GT. I rest my case. Oh yeah, one more thing I have to share with you. Toriyama may love his Western films, but he does love him some Godzilla. In fact, there's a reference to Gamera, the rampaging turtle monster, which is a big part of the Godzilla franchise. Now, as Toriyama often does, he likes to change names around a bit. He takes the Gamera name and then adds Ko at the beginning, so what you get is Ko Gamera, or Baby Gamera. And it does look like a little baby rampaging turtle monster. Oh, it's so cute. So what's his purpose in Dragon Ball? To fly Master Roshi around the place, spinning around like a whirling dervish? Not gonna lie, that's pretty funny. And the best part is, Ko Gamera makes an appearance in Dragon Ball Super episode 68. Look in the corner. It's Master Roshi flying around, spinning around, whatever you like to call it. That's really cool. So there we have it. Dragon Ball makes a lot of references to Western media, and it's so nice to see Toriyama so enthused about Western cinema and film in general. It's just a shame that Dragon Ball Evolution turned out the way it did. I can imagine Toriyama having a lot of fun working with Western producers. It's just so unfortunate that they just chose to shut him out and left it to their own devices, and it just turned out, well, we all know how it turned out. Oh well, we have plenty of Dragon Ball material to take our mind off that. We need it. So what do you guys think? Did you enjoy my little analysis? Were there any references to movies and culture that I may have missed? Leave a comment below and let's get this discussion going. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, be sure to like and subscribe. And until then, catch you later.